In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 20th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Memphis Grizzlies versus Indiana Pacers. The Memphis Grizzlies are set to square off against the Indiana Pacers in an inter-conference matchup on Thursday evening. In their most recent outing, the Grizzlies fell short against the Clippers in a road game, while the Pacers managed to secure a win on the road against the Wizards. The last time these two teams met, Memphis came out on top with a commanding 136-121 victory. Both teams are still dealing with injuries. Memphis remains without Cam Spencer, and Indiana is still missing Isaiah Jackson. As the Grizzlies gear up for their first game following the break, they are expected to have Ja Morant back in action. One of the key matchups to watch is down low, where Pascal Siakam and Jaren Jackson Jr. will battle for control. Siakam, fresh off his third All-Star game appearance and first as a starter, has been putting up impressive numbers lately, averaging 22 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.8 steals across his last 5 games, logging 34.6 minutes per contest. However, Memphis has been a force in the paint this season, scoring the second most points down low in the league. Jackson gives them a clear edge in this area. The Grizzlies have also excelled at setting the tone early, leading the NBA in first quarter scoring. Memphis was gaining momentum heading into the All-Star break, which isn't surprising given they've finally gotten healthier. They enter this matchup as slight favorites, but Indiana comes in with some confidence after their recent road win. This game could go either way, but considering how well Memphis was playing before the break, and given the short spread, the Grizzlies seem poised to bounce back with a solid road win against a Pacers squad that needed some luck to pull out their last victory. So the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams like to push the pace, which should lead to plenty of scoring. Memphis plays faster than any team in the league, while Indiana ranks 6th in pace. The Pacers' defense has struggled lately, giving up an average of 121 points over their last 5 games, including 128 in their most recent home contest. When these teams met earlier in the season, the game sailed over the total by double digits, with Memphis shooting a blistering 52% from the field. Indiana has been lighting up the scoreboard at home, averaging 122 points over their last 5 home games, including a 132-point outburst against the Hawks. The over has hit in 4 of their last 5 games at home. With Morant sidelined due to a knee injury last time out, Desmond Bane stepped up in the backcourt, scoring 16 points in the first quarter alone before cooling off later. Bane has scored at least 20 points in 5 straight games and could thrive again here, even with Morant back in the lineup. Given that both teams play fast, Memphis leads the league in pace, and Indiana ranks in the top 10. This matchup has the makings of a high-scoring affair. The Pacers' defense has been vulnerable in the paint, allowing over 50 points per game down low, which ranks 27th in the league. On top of that, opponents are shooting better than 36% from beyond the arc against them. With both teams playing fast and scoring at a high clip, and considering Indiana's defensive struggles, this game has all the ingredients for a shootout. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Celtics versus Philadelphia 76ers. It's a showdown between Atlantic Division rivals as the Boston Celtics hit the road to face the Philadelphia 76ers in the city of brotherly love on Thursday night. Boston entered the All-Star break riding a 3-game winning streak, with their most recent victory coming against the San Antonio Spurs. The Celtics took care of business at home last Wednesday, winning 116-103 and covering the spread as 8-point favorites. Meanwhile, the 76ers stumbled into the break after falling to the Brooklyn Nets 100-96 on the road that same night. Philadelphia came up short as 1.5-point underdogs. Historically, Boston has had the upper hand in this matchup, leading the all-time regular season series 271-198. The Celtics also won the most recent clash, an impressive 118-110 victory on February 2nd in Philadelphia. Both teams enter this contest missing key players. The Celtics are still without Xavier Tillman, while the 76ers will once again be without the services of Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon. Injuries have been a recurring theme for Philadelphia, and it's clear that their season hasn't gone as planned since adding George to their core alongside Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. The combination of injuries and inconsistent performances has plagued the 76ers all year. On the flip side, Boston has found ways to win despite their own injury concerns. The Celtics boast solid depth, reliable perimeter shooting, and a tough, well-rounded defense. Even without two starters in their last game before the break, they managed to handle the Spurs with relative ease. The Celtics seem to be hitting their stride as they gear up for the final stretch of the regular season. With 28 games remaining, Boston holds steady in second place in the Eastern Conference, trailing only the Milwaukee Bucks. Their 22-6 record on the road is one of the best in the league, and with Kristaps Porzingis and Derek White playing at a high level, they look poised to finish the season strong. The same can't be said for Philadelphia, who currently sit at 20-34 and have been derailed by injuries to their three stars. Tyrese Maxey missed the final game before the break with a knee contusion. Joel Embiid has been dealing with lingering issues all season, and Paul George has been receiving painkilling injections just to stay on the court. Given these setbacks, Boston should have a clear advantage in this matchup. While the Celtics haven't been completely flawless, recent results speak volumes. They've won 7 of their last 8 games despite dealing with injuries, which is a stark contrast to the 76ers, who have dropped 7 of their last 8. Interestingly, both games between these teams this season have been won by the road team, which doesn't bode well for Philadelphia's chances of pulling off an upset at home. With Boston benefiting from some rest during the All-Star break and the 76ers looking like a team held together by duct tape, this sets up as a prime opportunity for the Celtics to secure a convincing win. So the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This game is unlikely to turn into a high-scoring affair, as both teams prefer a slower pace. Heading into this matchup, the Celtics and 76ers both rank in the bottom 5 in terms of pace of play. Boston's defense is one of the best in the league, sitting 5th in defensive rating, while Philadelphia's offense has struggled to find consistency, ranking near the bottom in offensive efficiency. Derek White has struggled from beyond the arc recently, hitting just 5 of 19 three-point attempts over his last 2 games. However, Jaylen Brown's expected return should help open up the floor for White by drawing more attention from opposing defenses. On the other end, Boston's defense should have no trouble containing a depleted and slow-moving 76ers squad that ranks 25th in scoring and shot a dismal 8 for 3 from three-point range in their last game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Orlando Magic versus Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks will welcome the Orlando Magic to town on Thursday night as both teams kick off the second half of the NBA season. Orlando currently holds the 7th spot in the Eastern Conference standings, but they've hit a rough patch lately, dropping 6 of their last 10 games. The All-Star break likely came at the perfect time for the Magic, giving them a chance to regroup and refocus for the stretch run. Meanwhile, Atlanta is nipping at their heels, sitting just 1 game behind in the standings. The Hawks entered the break on a high note, winning 3 of their last 4 contests and playing some of their most cohesive basketball of the season. Historically, Atlanta has had the upper hand in this matchup, winning 8 of the last 10 head-to-head meetings. After securing a 6-point victory in Orlando on February 10th, it'll be interesting to see if they can replicate that success on their home court. In terms of injuries, both teams are still dealing with key absences. For Orlando, Moritz Wagner and Jalen Suggs remain sidelined, limiting their depth and scoring options. On the other side, Atlanta is still without Jalen Johnson and Larry Nance Jr., leaving them short-handed in the front court. Despite those setbacks, there's plenty at stake in this matchup. The Hawks are within striking distance of the division lead, trailing by just half a game, and they have the advantage of playing in front of their home crowd. Trae Young has been the engine that keeps Atlanta running, showcasing resilience and leadership throughout the season. The Hawks' ability to move the ball effectively should allow them to exploit Orlando's inconsistent perimeter defense. The Magic have struggled to defend the three-point line and have also had issues converting free throws, both of which could play a crucial role in this contest. The Magic are one of several teams that could benefit from the All-Star break, especially considering their recent struggles. While they've managed to get healthier, their performance leading up to the break was far from their best. rest. Perhaps some time off will help them reset and rediscover the form that made them look like a legitimate contender in the Eastern Conference back in November. Still, it's hard to overlook Atlanta's dominance in this head-to-head series. With 8 wins in the last 10 matchups and 9 covers in their last 10 games overall, the Hawks have proven they know how to get the job done against this opponent. Additionally, Orlando has struggled mightily on the road, with 19 of their 29 losses coming away from home. Considering all these factors, Atlanta seems poised to take care of business in this one, so the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Offensive production has been an issue for both teams at times this season, and coming off the All-Star break, it wouldn't be surprising to see some early rust on both sides. Orlando's offense has been near the bottom of the league in scoring and most key offensive categories. Even with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner back in the lineup, the Magic still lack the scoring depth needed to consistently put up big numbers. Atlanta, meanwhile, could be without as many as 3 starters, including their 2 most important players in Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. Even if Young is able to suit up, he may not be at full strength, which could lead to inconsistent scoring from the Hawks. Recent trends also point toward a low-scoring affair. The under has hit in each of the last 4 meetings between these teams and in 3 of the last 4 games for both squads leading into this matchup. Given both teams' scoring struggles and the likelihood of some post-break rust, don't expect a high-scoring shootout here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.